If you're a fan of spirituality and manifestation, then maybe you're asking yourself, like, why isn't it happening for me? Why am I unable to manifest the life of my dreams? And the short answer to that really is that you're giving too much attention to what is happening in your life around you. And honestly, if you're giving your attention to what is and it doesn't make you happy, then you really got to stop doing that. The most important tool in your kit is paying attention to your emotional guidance system. When you're feeling positive emotions, it means you're on track. It means you're in alignment with your higher self, your inner being, and with the life that you want. When you're feeling negative emotions, it means you're out of whack, you're not in alignment, you're slowing down the process in which manifestation occurs. Really, negative emotion means that you're not keeping up to speed with the vibration that you've been setting this whole time, because what's been happening is you've been living your life and you've been noticing things, likes and dislikes, and you've been creating this life that you want. And the negative emotion is an indicator, like ding, 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 you're not acting like this version of yourself that you've created. This version of yourself that's living the dream life. Now, noticing what you don't want is part of the equation. It's the first step, because you have to know what you don't like in order to figure out what you do like. It's just how it is. But that's not really going to allow what you want to happen, because while you're in this vibration of activating what you don't like, that's not the same vibration as what you do like. You can't be tuned to channel 1 and get channel 2 at the same time. Too many of us are justifying why we want what we want by looking at what we don't want and why we don't want it. We're like, I want this because I don't like that, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. Do you see how that's not the vibration of what you want? Because you're like, I don't like this, and I don't like that. It's not the vibe. It's over here when you're down here. Like, really, nothing at all, not a person, not an entity, not a governmental force, not a circumstance or situation, not even you, is holding yourself back from the life of your dreams. It's really just such a need, such an insistence for things to change, things to be different than what they are, that you hold it, you hold on to it, and it stays in an unchanging state. Because you're like, look, I don't like this. I want to get away from that. I want to get away from that. This life situation that I'm in, I want to get away from it. But all the while that you're talking about how much you want to be away from it, it is still part of your vibration. You're still looking at it. You're still activating and putting out to the universe that stuff that you don't want. So it's just too much of the wrong kind of attention. Visualization is a powerful tool, visualize the life of your dreams, right? But a lot of people are using it wrong. The purpose of it is to get you into the energy state, the emotional state. So you sit, you visualize your dream life, you embody those emotions and feelings. What does it really, really feel like? Because it's a stark contrast. It really is. It feels so good. It really, really does. When you feel alive, it is so different. But that's the purpose of it, to get you there. Then you drop it, because what you're not supposed to do is insist that it has to be that way, or insist that it has to go your way from here on out, or that when it doesn't pan out the way you thought it would, when it doesn't happen the way you think it should, that now you're upset, now you're angry, now you're depressed, now you think it's not going to happen for you, because you were dependently, needily holding on to an expectation that it had to be the way that you imagined it. When in reality, the way that you imagined it is like base. It's like level fucking 1. It's like you just barely started, because your higher self, it really knows what you want, and it can go so much higher than what you can actually imagine. You see, the thing is that so many humans think that hard work and grind mentality is the way to be, and that's not it. If it feels like work, it's not working. If it feels like fun, then you should definitely just keep doing it, because that's what life is supposed to be. Really, this is a simulation of our own making. It's a dream. It's a video game that we're living in. And if you're the creator, because you're actually technically the only one in your reality. Everything else is just a reflection of you. But if you're the one who's here and you're creating it, why the frick would you make it so that you have to grind and make it hard and difficult to get what you want? Why do you want to justify your desire through hard work? I sure don't. Life is supposed to be a dream. It's supposed to be like easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Like it's supposed to be served to you on a silver platter. That's really what it is. But so many of us have a belief system deeply ingrained in us that we have to work hard and we have to go through all these processes and we have to do it like this because everyone else did it like this, so we have to do it like that too. And we have to follow along because everyone else did it just like this, and we can't break the mold and do it differently. Nope, Even though we're all different people. So if it feels like hard work and difficulty, it means that you're encountering resistance. And if you try to overcome resistance, you're going to only add more resistance. That's all that's going to happen. It's really that you're making up for the alignment and the emotion that you didn't do for action, paltry, puny action. And sure, throwing mud at a wall kind of works sometimes, but nothing compared to the power that creates worlds, which is when energy flows through you, inspiration. So negative emotion is resistance, and when you're feeling that, the path doesn't unfold. It's not clear. So the question isn't like, oh, why don't I feel like going? Why don't I feel like taking action and doing it? It's why isn't the path clear? And the path isn't clear is because you are being so specific about what is going on around you and why you don't like it and why you're in a situation that prevents you or whatever the hell else. All of the things that you don't like. So the negative emotion really is an indicator that you got to drop that subject. You got to stop being so specific right now, because when you're specifically talking about things, energy gets moving. But if you're specific and feeling negative, the negative energy is going to get moving. So you got to get general. You gotta take a step back, drop the specific topic, whatever it is, the house, the car, the lover, whatever it is, drop that specific, go more general. Why do you want what you want? You gotta find the emotional reason for it. Anything that you want, it's because you think you're gonna feel better when you have it. You're gonna feel exhilaration and happiness and contentment and security, all those things. So, find that general area of emotion. Make general statements like, I'm getting better at this. I don't have to figure this all out today. Things are always working out for me. The universe is working on my behalf. Everything in good timing. Stuff like that. So you gotta think about things when they feel good, not when they don't. Because when they don't, it means you've got a belief system going on that isn't true. It's not serving you. It's false because your higher self currently is tuned in to this beautiful life that you've created. It's living that life right now. Right now. And that's why negative emotion feels like crap. Because here is your higher self living your perfect life right now. And here you are going down here. You're like, nope, I can't get there. It's not gonna work for me. I'm not good enough. I don't have enough money. It's never gonna happen. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. You are deliberately separating yourself from the true version of who you are. and that is why negative emotion feels terrible. Not to say that negative emotion is a bad thing, because it's a wonderful thing. It's an alert. It's telling you, hey, you veered off the path. So it's amazing that you have this wonderful indicator telling you that you aren't in alignment. It's like having the E gauge on your gas tank. You got to know when the gas is out. It's like, really think about it when you feel clear and certain about it. Like, you know how you're certain that right now you can go like that? You're like, I know I can clap my hands, or something simple like that, right? You know it. You just know it, so you can do it. So you just do it because you know it. You're not like, how hard do I hit it? How many times did I do it good enough? There's none of that going on. You're just like, I know it and I did it. That's the certainty that you're looking for. You really got to let those kinds of feelings, and feelings of freedom and exhilaration and happiness. It doesn't have to be peak exhilaration, it can be contentment, but let those feelings of happiness and freedom be active in your vibration for longer. Because that's what the work is. And work is just a term I'm using to explain. It's not something that's hard or difficult, but your work is to get into the receptive mode. The receptive mode. Because the only thing you need to fucking know, the only thing you need to figure out is what you want and why you want it. That's it. Stop trying to figure out when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, who it's going to happen with, all of the extra details. You do not need to figure it out. And the more you try to, the more resistance you add, and the more you hold back what you want, because, you're trying to figure it out and you don't know. You don't have the certainty. So without the certainty, that clarity, like I was just talking about, you're not going to get there. Because when you're there, you're certain. So not being certain isn't going to get you there. The thing is your higher self, your inner being, it knows the path. It knows who. It knows when. It knows how. It knows every detail. It has the bird's eye view. It knows how you're going to get it all done. So the receptive mode means you're receiving the inspiration from your inner being about what to do. So that's what receiving mode really means, is that you're such a high vibe, you're so chill and unbothered with how it's gonna happen. You're just vibing, and when you're vibing, the actions, they come. You don't need to figure out, I gotta get up and I have to do this and I have to do that. No, it's inspiration, and I wanna do this and I wanna do that, and I'm excited about it. And it's something that you have to maintain, this receptive mode. You have to find ways of getting this positive momentum going, because what is momentum? It's a continuous energy. It's not just, I was happy, and then I noticed that guy who cut me off, and then I was listening to the song I liked, and then someone said something mean to me, and then I was eating this great meal, and then so-and-so, they treated me with disrespect, and then I felt great about that, and then I thought I was unworthy here. You see how it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's not maintaining the consistency of a vibration. It's a very sloppy vibration, and trust me, I have been there. I'm still kind of, working on it myself, because as humans, we really kind of are trained. It's not a natural behavior, but we are trained to hyper-focus on the negative and things that upset and bother us. So it's a very sloppy vibration. It's happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad. When you say, like, I want it, but this and that, and this reason and that reason, that's not momentum. That's why you gotta drop that specific, go general. Get back to maintaining the consistent frequency for long enough to gain momentum and to actually see results. It's momentum, it's consistency, it's being more often in the receiving mode, more often happy. I don't care how accurate you are and how justified you are in whatever it is that you're upset about. Is that worth your happiness? Is that worth your dream life? Is it worth it? Is it worth it for you to go on about what you don't like, so long as it continuously slows down the manifestation of your dreams. Because I don't think so, but so many of us are like, this happened to me, and I feel wrongly taken advantage of for it, and this happened to me, and they did this, and they're out to get me, and the government, and that person, and my neighbor, and blah, 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 blah. Is it worth it? You really got to ask yourself that. It's the consistency where you own it, where you know it. Like I was saying, where you can clap your hands, that's when you know something. Where you are it. It's not really a fake it till you make it, because it is you. It's just that you've convinced yourself that this is your life right here and now. But it's not. This is old news. What's going on right now, it's like gum that you've chewed to the point where the flavor is gone. Who needs that? Really just remove the struggle from your experience, because it's not working out for you. Do more of what makes you feel good. Just chill out, relax. There's nothing serious about this. It's a play. You are an eternal being. You never die. You never stop existing, ever, for infinite time. You have to figure this out. So there's no rush about it. There's nothing to stress about. Life is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be relaxing. Just do more of that. Sleep in more. Take a bath. Love yourself. Take yourself on a date. Do the things that make you chill out. The things that bring you ease. Because when you're in ease, it's so much easier to get back to who you really are, which is happiness and joy and exhilaration and excitement and childlike life. Because you want that. I know you do. You want to feel like $1,000,000. You want to feel that eagerness for life, that drive, that zest. Not the feeling of being put down, like they're against me. Not the feeling of I can't get it done. It's not going to happen for me. All of that, the reason why it feels like crap is because it's not true. Your higher self is over here living your best life, the one that you created by living so far, and you went over here. You're like, nah, I don't want that. I'm gonna go over here and not believe in myself. You just gotta allow life to reveal itself to you as you're ready for it. And you can tell what you're ready for by what's showing up in your experience, because if you're not ready for it, it's not showing up. But that does not mean that you're not good enough for it. It just means that you got some tweaking to do with your vibration. Your dial, your radio is kind of set to this I'm not good enough. You gotta tweak it. I am good enough. I do feel happy. Drop those subjects of whatever if you're talking about something that you want and it doesn't feel good, if it feels like work, it's not working. If it feels like fun, keep going at it. Faith. You have to have faith in your ability to live happily ever after. And faith is, I know it's gonna be okay, even though I don't know how it's gonna work out. I know it will happen, and I'll know it when I see it. I will know it when I see it, because I'll see it and I'm gonna be like, fuck yes. I want that. That's being unconditional. Being conditional is, oh, show it to me and then I'll believe in myself. Then I'll believe in my abilities. Show me how it's gonna unfold and then I'll have faith in it. It's never gonna happen that way. Ever. Ever. So what is it that you're gonna do? You're gonna go general when you don't feel good, and you're gonna be specific when you feel amazing. You're gonna take life easy. You're gonna chill out. Okay? All right, glad we had this talk. Awesome.